Welcome back to Nekopara. I believe this is episode 9, or 10, or not 10, 10, yeah, 10. And where we last left off, we were taking Azuki out on a nice little date. You warned me, but as an older brother myself, I know what it's like to worry about younger siblings. Shikade is trying her hardest to keep up with me right now. And it seems that Coconut is doing the same. I think that somehow everything ended up more or less okay though. Kasho. I guess that means that even you worry about me. You can get away from your sisters and let me spoil you once in a while, right? I was actually planning to come here alone, but with how things have been going, I thought this would be just the right opportunity to take you out. So, well, you know, you're an important part of our family too, you know? You're like a little sister to me. You've been helping me out, so let me meddle in your life a little. Once again, I turn to Azuki and lift my glass to her. Kasho? You're trying way too hard to show off, you know? Someone might think you're some kind of lecherous what? That. Just that. Despite her sarcasm, I can tell she's embarrassed from the way she's holding her glass. The two of us gently clink our glasses together again. I guess doing this sort of thing every now and again isn't too bad. Seems like I'm getting a little tipsy from the champagne. Oh dear. I'll put my title as Oni-chan aside while we're here for now. Isn't Oni-chan for brother though, like big brother? She's big sister, right? Or do the E's make it sister instead of I's? I don't know. That's the Azuki I know, always trying to hide her true feelings. That wide smile is more than enough to tell me how she really feels though. Must be pretty tough being a big brother too. Just as tough as being a big sister, I'd think. No argument there. We both empty our glasses in one gulp, and follow it up by pouring even more champagne into our glasses. This is Azuki, the cat girl who's always so distant with everyone. We happen to bring our glasses up to our mouths at the same time. Alright, until one of those cakes come out, I'm gonna give you the usual thanks, no holds barred. Think your wallet's fat enough? Yeah, we definitely won't be going home hungry tonight, that's for sure. No matter how much you try to show off, I'm not calling you Oni-chan, alright? Though if you really want me to, I guess it's not totally out of the question. Thought you said you weren't into that sort of thing. Well, maybe I can make an exception for you at least. She has a very Azuki-like smile across her face. This time, Azuki's the one who raises her glass. I raise mine in response. Alright, one more. To our wonderful family, cheers. We look out over the dazzling skyline as it twinkles in the night sky. Our glasses reverberate with a crystal clear tone. How cute. Home sweet home. I'm definitely more comfortable in my regular clothes, that's for sure. It's nice to have a night out where you're treated like Cinderella, though. I hope that helped you blow off some steam. Sure did. Thanks a ton. Thanks for always worrying about me, too. You got my gratitude. Once she took off the dress, she went right back to being her usual self. She really settled down once we got back to a place she's familiar with. You think we should ask that restaurant for a few pointers? All those cakes were so perfect, like they were made of glass or something. An expensive restaurant like that isn't a regular bakery. If you think about it, there's no way we could compete with them. No doubt. Well, we could try to copy the taste though. But of course, someone like me who's gotten his experience through baking at home will never be able to replicate a cake made by a world-famous pastry chef. Really, there's plenty who think your cakes are delicious, Kasho. What's this? Are you trying to flatter me, Azuki? It's just one cat girl's honest opinion, you dummy. As we continue to chat, I put my hand on the store's door. Hey, just don't get too excited. I'm going back to being a big sister tomorrow. Gotta keep my eyes on them, especially Nuts, since she's a little kitten. And an item. Huh. I keep encouraging her until she starts pulling her weight. I gotta keep encouraging her. She's always getting carried away with trying to impress you, so you gotta take responsibility and help sweet talk her, alright? She's got a big grin on her face as she cracks her usual jokes. Azuki always goes a little too far. My reply is jokingly indignant. It's like the devs just learned what the word indignant was because they used that twice in the last 10 minutes. I wasn't really planning on sweet talking her or anything. Azuki? Oni-chan? Coconut is standing there, wide-eyed. Hmm? Nuts? Why are you still... I was waiting for Oni-chan. What terrible timing. By the look on her face, it's obvious that she heard what Azuki said. This is a complete misunderstanding. If Coconut missed what we were saying beforehand, it would sound like we're making fun of her. Uh-oh. Sweet talking me until I start pulling my weight. What do you mean by that? Thought I was your beloved little sister. Wait a sec, calm down. Coconut, you got the wrong idea. Saying calm down there is not a good idea, Kashu. But you were praising me earlier, weren't you, Azuki? Even though you've never told me anything like that before, not even once. She's trying to stifle the anger in her voice as she bites down on her lip. I see her shoulders start to quiver slightly. This isn't good. I doubt she'll listen now, even if I try to clear things up. This is a critical situation. If I don't choose my words carefully... Nah. Like we said, you got it all wrong. If you're eavesdropping on people and jumping to conclusions like that, all you're gonna get is some loopy information. Azuki, I don't think you should... Why would you lie like that, Azuki? You're the worst, the absolute worst. Do you enjoy making fun of me? I thought that sisters were supposed to stick together, through thick and thin. I'm telling you, I'm not lying at all, alright? Don't get all riled up and just listen to us, okay? Shut up. I don't want to hear a word you say. The only thing big about you is your ego. Your brain is just as small as your body. Hey, Coconut, calm down. It's really not how it seemed. Back off, Kasho. Azuki cuts me off and takes a step towards Coconut. Hey, Nuts. This ain't something you should be making such a fuss about. Didn't I tell you to just listen to what I have to say? Or are you trying to pick a fight? People are going out of their way to help you, and all you want to do is piss them off. We're in a serious talk here, so just listen to your big sis. Oh, now I get it. This is all because you hate me, isn't it? I'm just the little sister who always goes overboard and gets in the way, huh? Let's start acting like a big sister all of a sudden, just so you can lecture me. You and Oni-chan are laughing about me behind my back. You're no big sister of mine. I guess all the nice things Oni-chan said to me were lies too. Saying I'm all important part of your family. This is just one big lie, huh? Since I'm not actually related to you or Oni-chan. Hey, that's over the line, Coconut. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Azuki? She holds her cheek, bewildered. Can't believe what I just saw. All I can do is stare at Azuki in shock. Listen, you. Do you ever know when to shut up? Don't you understand that this is exactly why I still say you're a kitten? Coconut stammers, dumbstruck. Tears start to well up in her eyes, followed by an incoherent wail. But Azuki remains unaffected. She continues to glare at Coconut steadfast. But I... Without another moment's hesitation, she dashes out of the room. Hell, sounds like she dashes out of the store. There was a short silence, followed by the ringing of the chime of the store's entrance. That damn stupid cat girl. There's a hint of regret in her voice, like she's holding back her own tears. The hand that she slapped Coconut with twitches. That was unnecessary. Especially since you, of all people, worry the most about Coconut. Just shut it. Shit. I didn't even mean to. My hand just... Azuki begins to cry as though she was the one who was slapped. She squeezes the offending hand tightly. Her kindness and sorrow. Her anger and weakness. I gently pet Azuki as these emotions churn inside of her. You know, a while back I tried to help Shigure, and we ended up getting in a huge fight. The situation isn't so different, because of course it's not. So I know how you feel, Azuki, and I know how Coconut feels. Full of regret. Azuki lowers her head, holding her hand tightly and digging her nails into her skin. It's been a lot of times where I've ended up doing stupid things, so I want to help out my precious family if they end up in a similar situation. I take her hand, now painfully red and marked up from her own nails, and peer into her eyes. Azuki, being stubborn like this is only going to make things more painful. The longer this goes on, the less chance you have to make up with Coconut. Are you okay with that? I'm not making excuses. It's pretty obvious. Do you think I don't know that? Yeah, I guess you would. Well, if you know that, then you know we have to go and find Coconut. You are her big sister, right? Don't these bells have like GPS or something? Azuki lifts her head. Though she seems hurt, she looks at me. You don't have to tell me that. Yeah, I guess you're not as indecisive as I am, Azuki. I choose my words deliberately. Her lips curve into a resigned smile. Sheesh. Never thought you'd be so bossy, Kasho. You keep trying to act cool, saying things like that so calmly during a time like this. But, thanks. Thanks to you, the situation ain't totally beyond fixing. This is just another thing that a big sister has to deal with. Sure is. It's tough being a big sister. She nods, smiling just as always. Alright, let's go look for that bad little sister of mine. Yeah, we have to find her quick. With a deep breath, I put my hand on the shop door, and pushing it open, we run out to go find our beloved sister. Beloved bad. Close enough. Oh, that was fast. Wah, sniff. Look at what. Crying noises. I find her at last, standing by a railing at an empty park that overlooks the ocean. She has her back turned to me, and her familiar long hair streams down it. Hearing my footsteps, she turns to face me. Oh, Nichan. Her why is this so hard for me to say? Heterochromic eyes are red and puffy from crying. She looks away from me, hiding her drained complexion. I had a lot that I was going to say to you when I found you, but I'm just glad you're safe, Coconut, really. I lay my honest feelings out and breathe a deep, relieved sigh. Oni-chan. She lays her face back down on the railing. The sounds of her muffled sobs echo throughout the park. Silently, I stand beside Coconut, and we gaze at the pitch-black sea and night sky together. I know I'm completely useless, but I thought that with everything you were teaching me, I'd be able to become a bit more helpful. She seems even weaker than the wavering starlight being reflected off the water surface. Her voice is frail and despondent as she continues to sob. I stand there silently, waiting for Coconut to talk. I'm just too big. No one will ever find me helpful. Not cinnamon, not maple, nor chocolate or vanilla. I know, that Azuki was right. I'll never amount to anything. I know that, so that's why I'm going to keep trying, even if I know that things won't go well. I want to be useful to you and Shigure-chan, Oni-chan. But telling me straight out like that... She wraps her fist tightly around the rail. One after another, tears begin to run down her face. It's hard to see her in so much pain, knowing that I can't do anything. Coconut. I understand that nothing I say will reach her right now. Words won't help, but... Oh, Chan? I put my arms around the wow, I can't speak. I put my arms around her trembling shoulders and tenderly brush her cheek. She might be bigger than any of the other cat girls, but despite how she looks, she's actually the most gentle, delicate, and helpless of them all. I feel like I'll break her if I hug her too tight. As if giving her my strength, I embrace her and whisper into her ear as gently as I can. Haven't I told you? You're always so impatient, Coconut. Oni-chan. Her voice is much calmer than before, and she begins to loosen up just a little bit. Chocolate might be sincere and cheerful, but it's because of those qualities that she's so awkward and messed up a lot. Vanilla is smart, but she's always so apathetic. Maple says rude things to customers too. And Cinnamon always spaces out and ends up ignoring everything else around her. With a wry smile, I continue to look at the speechless Coconut. Azuki is always so sarcastic, and it causes a lot of problems. Even Shigure pushes herself too hard and bites off more than she can chew sometimes. And of course, I'm always bossing everyone around and making them do things how I want them to be done. Even now, I'm at a loss, because I can't seem to make you feel any better. Oni-chan. Coconut, you may be a little insecure, vain, and clumsy, but when it comes to physical strength, you have everyone beat, and you're always trying your hardest. Even if someone like me tries her best, that doesn't mean I bring her close. And firmly embrace her shaking head. It all depends on how you look at it. Human, cat girl, it doesn't matter. Everyone has good and bad traits. Coconut, do you dislike the other cat girls because of their flaws? You and Azuki are always fighting, but do you really hate her? I don't hate her. I wouldn't hate her just for that. Coconut murmurs, her voice shaky, as tears drip down her cheeks. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Even if there are parts you dislike about her, that doesn't mean you hate her. Because in the end, we're family. At least, that's how I feel. Oni-chan. The fact that she just keeps saying that. Even though we're not blood related, you're still a precious member of the Minaduki family, aren't you? At the very least, I consider you to be my younger sister, just like Shigure is. Even if you hate me, okay? Oni-chan, wow. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I said all those mean things before. I never really thought that we weren't family, or that you were talking behind my back. I'm so sorry I said those things to you and Azuki. I love you two more than anything else in the world. The trickle of tears become a river, and she begins to wail, repeating, "I'm sorry," over and over again. With Coconut's head nestled against me, I gently rub her cheek. Hugging her tighter, I try to stop her from trembling. I know what I did before. I know. Even though Azuki can be a bit rough at times, she always helps me without me having to ask. We're always fighting, but she's my big sister, and I love her. Even if Azuki ends up hating me, I love her too much to ever hate her back. I gently wipe the tears from Coconut's left cheek. Does it still hurt where Azuki hit you? No, it's fine. I'm sure that Azuki feels even worse. I I need to apologize to Azuki. Wait, no, shit, I said that the wrong ways. She may not ever forgive me, but I need to apologize. Her crying gets louder, and she begins to howl over and over again. Well, that was suddenly over. I mean, I was trying to wait until that scene ended, but it ended at the right time. So I'm gonna have to end it here. It is out of time. That one went way faster than the first episode. Like, whoa. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.